Okay, we're back with more Shacknews awards. We're gonna do best NPC. I'm gonna start off with Sam's nomination. And I'm not gonna do it in an Australian accent, but I'm sure he would have done it in a much more charming way than me.
Oh, mate.
Mate,
Oh, yeah.
mate,
Just
Halo
just go.
Infinite. No, Halo Infinite has an NPC that is the AI. You know, Master Chief always has an AI pal. The AI pal in Halo Infinite is called the Weapon. Uh, the Weapon speaks to you a lot. It's probably some of the most VO work in a game this year from one individual voice actor. So I do think we may want to nominate this individual for best voice actor down the road. Yeah. Uh, Sam nominates The Weapon from Halo Infinite. I also want to get Ozzy's out of the way too, because it's weird. Ozzy is nominating Enormous Proportions, the wheel itself from the Jackbox game.
Yeah. And I get why he went with that, because if you've played those games, it's very like snarky and it throws out like one-liners and stuff. So it probably says some funny stuff, I'm sure, but I haven't played that one yet. But I get where he's coming from with that one. But that
I
is
mean, Jackbox
very...
games are funny. And
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to get those two out before anyone else jumped in here.
Also, without spoiling anything, I haven't had a chance at the time we're recording this. I haven't had a chance to play Halo Infinite's campaign because of my potato internet. Is the Weapon the guy from that, like, who? Could you tell us about anything about like who or what he or she or it is?
So, and Donovan, if you know the story better than me, you can fill in the gaps, because I honestly haven't cared about the Halo lore in a while.
But if it's worthy of nomination, yeah, like I want some.
There's a mission, and at the end of Halo 5 or something, where you have to kill Cortana. You have to delete Cortana, right? And the Weapon is a new AI created by the same doctor that created Cortana for you. Without spoiling too much of the beginning of this game, you return to the Halo, Zeta Halo, and it's been ransacked. It's in disrepair. One of your early missions is to retrieve the Weapon from the Halo, and you go in there.
Okay.
What's really interesting about that moment, I really don't want to spoil too much here.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. I just
there
wanted like
is
some
a
background.
haunting voice in there, that like I had similar feelings that I did when I was in the Lost Woods in Breath of the Wild. In that mission, that kind of spookiness that's there is present in a very different way, but it's present there when you retrieve the Weapon. And then once you retrieve the Weapon, like, you kind of develop a relationship with her. But yeah, it's an NPC that's ever present in the game. Does a lot of the Weapon pushes forward the narrative a lot. It tells you about Chief and Chief's motivations a lot. Asks the Chief at times, because the Weapon knows that the last mission Chief had was to delete Cortana. So the Weapon asks Chief, like, well, why are we doing this? I thought the mission was done. And Chief's like, well, missions change. They always do. And I'm just like that relationship drives the story. And the Weapon's also just a badass. Can hack everything and is built into your suit, as opposed to Cortana, where Cortana was like an AI that lived in a place that was secured, and it was more like, Siri's like in the cloud. This is if they put Siri on the phone, it didn't need the internet.
So the Weapon isn't personified like Cortana is?
It is.
It just... Oh, it is. Okay.
Same voice actress too.
It has a voice actress and is personified, is a humanoid hologram that appears out of your hand and talks to you. You place it places and it'll hack things. So it is a visible character.
Just call her not Cortana is probably easier than the Weapon. That's not Cortana.
The game when, like, I have subtitles on. The game refers to this character as the Weapon.
I like that name. Yeah.
That's what Chief gave
Oh, chief named. Is
Chief
it
named.
her, him,
Yeah,
them?
it's
Is
it's
it
a
okay?
her.
It's a her. Okay.
Or she. But yeah, Chief assigned that name, and I'm not gonna spoil anything else about it. But yeah, Chief
Okay.
assigns that name to her. It's an early part of the game.
No, I appreciate that, and I didn't want to spoil anything either. I just wanted to like understand.
It's
Like
important
the
to have that
foundation of
context to
why.
understand it for sure. And I think like I don't know, I'm in love with this game, and I think that the NPC is very good. Before this, I was going to nominate the Book of Love from It Takes Two.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think that's a
a great
hilarious,
nomination, actually. Yeah, the Book of Love is great.
piece.
Yeah,
And he once again an NPC that does a great job of driving the narrative forward in the game.
yeah,
Not being too ridiculous and offensive or in your
yeah.
way. But yeah, I'll open it up to more nominations though. Let's go.
I have two. They're quick. First of all, I want to nominate Zur, the best NPC,
Come on.
because that's what I mean. It's quick. He legitimately does it for Shacknews every Friday. I appreciate that. His will is not his own. Agent of the Nine. Just shout out to Zur. But my actual nomination is going to be Brewster from Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I am going to struggle a little bit to explain why, so I'm probably going to see if David can use better words than me, but there is just something about the simplicity of Brewster's interactions, the calmness of the environment that Brewster kind of like facilitates in his coffee shop, and just going for a quiet cup of coffee in a game that's already pleasant and chill, but just that moment of like a break. It just actually kind of like translates into the world, like I actually feel like I'm having a break when I go have a coffee with Brewster, and he's always on point with the pigeon milk. Sometimes he gives me coffee beans as a gift or whatever. He's a cool dude, but I really appreciate Brewster.
Pigeon milk.
Pigeon milk, Blake.
Don't turn it down.
Rich and creamy.
Pigeons
pigeon
don't
milk.
lactate.
Well, and this is Animal Crossing. All bets are off.
These are
All bets
more
are off.
Pigeons?
You
Yeah.
understand?
Okay, so
They're all
they're
bipedal. Like none
they
of these
become-
animals are really bipedal either. Like
so they
No.
become
and
they
dodos
become
are
mammals.
extinct. Dodos are
This makes-
extinct. Like
Dodos are
That's true.
extinct except for
But-
Everything about
two.
this makes me
So-
uncomfortable because isn't
Yeah.
Brewster a pigeon?
yes.
Where
he
does
is.
the milk come from?
DJ,
Oh my
we don't
God.
ask those
You
questions.
We were talking about earlier. We were talking about where the sausage is made. In this case, I don't think we want to know.
Yeah.
It's just rich
That's
and
what I'm
creamy, and it tastes good. Here's the thing. I completely agree with Bill. This is an interesting nomination on a couple of levels because, like, on the one hand, like, Animal Crossing has always had this vibe of just kind of chill out and do your thing, but in the other games, I've kind of like boned up a lot on this series since this is my first one. Like, you're the mayor, you feel like you have work to do. And this, it's like you're literally on a tropical paradise, do whatever the hell you want. So in a way, like, every NPC talking to them has always been kind of chill, but Brewster is all of that wrapped up into one NPC and one area. I love the vibe of the coffee shop. I love the music. Talking with Brewster, he says, "I was hoping I'd see you today." You feel like Norman Cheers, where everybody just knows your name and they're happy to see you. And I don't know if Brewster will win this category because there's obviously, like, most NPCs in other games are more story driven. They have more character, but this is just nice in Animal Crossing for all the reasons Bill said. He's just a really chill guy. He makes you feel good because he's always happy to see you. And he's really like the best of what Animal Crossing does best as far as that
It's-
type of chill game.
It's an extension of how I felt when the pandemic first kicked off and my villagers threw me a birthday party, and I was like, man, you don't realize when you're isolated how that is like, it's a game that cares about, or at least attempts to care about, how you feel. Brewster always tells you he appreciates you, like, he appreciates you coming by, he appreciates the support. And it's almost like a reminder. Like, Animal Crossing is a relaxation, is a way to relax. It is a way to kind of get away and to slow down a little bit. But that coffee break is almost a reminder, like, hey, don't forget to take a break. Don't forget to have a little bit of time for yourself. And it's man, it just really resonates with me. I don't know.
I would like to make a nomination, if that's cool.
Mhm.
I want to nominate the Morts in Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I love Midwestern accents. They all sound like the mom from Bobby's World. It's fantastic. They're just like, oh, hey there, hi there, neighbor, don't you know? And they're all Morts. They're all just Mort. Every one of them is Mort. Like, that is what they are. They're just all just really hospitable Morts, you know, and they're just there to help you out. And I really would love to see a remake of the movie Fargo done entirely with Morts.
If we're picking
Aren't they all
NPCs in
enslaved
Ratchet
too, and they're
Clank,
like
though,
happy about it, right? They're like, "Oh yeah, we're enslaved, but it's okay. Like we're just doing our job."
Well, they're not quite like that, no. But I mean,
I think
they're
if we're
definitely.
gonna, I just want to jump in. If I was gonna nominate an NPC from Ratchet and Clank, it's that really bad spy. That lady with the weapons. Do you guys not know what I'm talking about?
I know the
Trying to
dude who
think.
talks like a surfer.
There's like the weapons bot thing.
Oh, Mrs.
Oh,
something or
yeah.
other.
Oh yeah, Mrs.
Oh yeah, the weapons dealer.
She's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's great. No, she's a great NPC. It was just, and Ozzy even mentioned the Morts in his review, and they just, I don't know, they were just adorable and cheerful little Morts, and I love
The
them.
game does have cute, funny NPCs for sure.
Yeah, just it's, and I'm Midwestern accents in particular. I love them. I love the way they say bag.
So like,
It's
I don't know what the hell Midwest means anymore.
I'm kind
I
of
was
confused
Midwest.
too. I thought I was. Yeah.
What you're talking about sounds like prairie states or flyover
maybe.
states. Like,
It's like
Jenny, do you consider yourself living in the Midwest?
I'll say
Right?
Chicago's Midwest.
Chicago's definitely Midwest. Ohio feels like we're right on the border.
We're in the
Yeah,
heart
you
of
got
it
the
all.
time
so
zone
I'm-
too.
talking-
The time
he's
zone
I'm
talking
change.
about,
always
He's
I'm
talking
always
about like Dakota region.
That seems like
Oh,
plain
Blake,
states.
you hoser.
Yeah.
okay.
talking
I mean,
about
Like, are you thinking Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota?
yeah. That's
Yeah,
always,
it's-
I've always heard that referred to as a Midwestern accent. If I'm
I'll
wrong,
never
I
understand what the Midwest
apologize.
is. No. It's
But-
no offense taken. I just don't understand the definition of Midwest. It's been an issue
I
my
don't know.
entire life living in Ohio.
I mean, yeah, dialect's a little different from like place to place, no matter where you're from.
I mean, you can drive an hour east to here and hear Yinzers talk in Pittsburgh, and they sound completely different than
Yeah.
Ohioans. And
What are Yins
Michigan,
up to?
Michiganders sound different than Ohioans, and
Yeah.
Illinois is pretty similar in accent.
That's where like they're
Some of my-
like big wide states, so like there's like so much. Once you get out of the city, like everything changes for most of those areas.
You're dead right. Like, there's a rural part of these states, and there's a metropolitan part of these states, and there's like the suburban part of these states. There's probably 3 accents in all of these places. So, but yes, Morts count. Any other nominations?
Yeah, I had one, and I feel like
Ariana
Ozzy
Grande
probably
from Fortnite.
no. Ozzy probably would have backed me up on this one if he was here. But Steph from Life is Strange: True Colors. Steph Gingrich is one of my favorite characters in games this year, and something I think is really interesting is she's actually appeared like in a very smaller role in like a past Life is Strange game, and then she's like the main NPC in this one. But although you've already met her if you played a previous game, like they show you an entirely different side of her character in this game, which really impressed me. Like, I mean, the first time your character sees her, she like works in a record store, and Alex, the protagonist, is immediately like smitten with her. Like, you can see it like in her reaction, and as the player, you feel the same way because she's just so charismatic. Like, she's running the radio station, she's making calls, she's got like the records, she's taking recommendations, she like runs a D&D campaign, she calls herself the queen of the nerds. Like, she's just this very real, like she feels like somebody that you know in real life, or like somebody that really works at your local record shop. And she in a lot of ways feels like the heart of that game, more so than the protagonist in a lot of cases.
She
So,
gained favor with me when she got me doing tequila shots.
yeah.
Wait, I don't
she's
think
good.
that was tequila. Maybe it was. I can't remember. I was doing shots.
It's something, but yeah. Steph is very good, and also great voice performance by Katie Bentz as well in that role.
Any other nominations? I feel like this is a category that is kind of. Oh, TJ's just been grinning this whole time. TJ, just tell me what you're going to nominate. I know it's Deathloop related.
Let me tell you about the absolutely wretched piece of shit that is Alexis Dorsey. This is a man who greets you every morning in Blackreef, telling everybody to come to his party later that night and be one of the wolves. He is a visionary whose sole talent among all these scientists and artists is that he had a shit ton of money to invest in the project. He is a wretched, horrible person, which comes through at every single opportunity you run into him. He does not know how to use computers, so in all chat rooms, he speaks to persons as if they're in a one-on-one private conversation and says really horrible stuff that everybody can see.
Yes.
He considers himself a musical legend, and doesn't let anyone hear his compositions because they're only for him when he's on the crapper.
He's like Martin Shkreli. I'm looking at his bio right now.
Oh, yeah.
A
Damn.
billionaire by the age of 21, Alexis Dorsey used to run a profiteering pharmaceutical company. While head of the company, he obtained the exclusive rights to an anti-parasitic treatment medication and promptly tripled the price.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, this guy is Shkreli.
So we were supposed to vote for Shkreli?
So the reason why I put Alexis Dorsey in this category is because nobody works harder to convince you to kill him more than this person in this game about killing specific people. He is the absolute worst, to the point where everybody has, like, every one of the visionaries has an interview about why they came to the island, and his is so bad that they threw it in the trash and wrote in the answers for him.
Wow.
Really is Shkreli.
No, it's a great. I was gonna say something. Something I really liked about Dorsey and Deathloop though is because you said he's one of the visionaries. He's like one of the main targets on the island. When you go to like his party, because he wears like the wolf mask. When you go to his party, everybody's wearing wolf masks. So that's the thing. Like he's in plain sight. Like he's not like in like a bunker. So you have to kind of use other means like watch behavior patterns and stuff to figure out which one he is. Which I thought that was a fun set piece. When I was playing through that game.
He's a very late game kill, and by the time that you've gotten to him, you know all about him and know exactly why you want to just destroy this man.
So I have a question about the Aeon program. There's like a company called Aeon in Japan that owns almost every mall. Like, did the Deathloop devs have a problem with this company? Because like, it seems like kind of surprising and shocking that they're hating on Aeon so much.
I don't know. I didn't make that connection.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you're ever in Japan, you can't like turn a corner without seeing an Aeon building. Like it's literally like this, like everywhere company when it comes to real estate over there.
But yeah, like Alexis Dorsey is a really good, and like nobody works harder to convince you, like to give you a reason to be like, I gotta kill this dude. I'm gonna kill this dude.
See, I feel that way about the Book of Love. It takes two. I'm like, I kind of want to strangle you right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's fair. I'd also argue, TJ, that most people in Hitman convince me to want to kill them more than Dorsey. So
that's fair. The DJ in the Shack contract should be nominated.
He's gone.
Yeah, he is
giving ourselves a medal.
Gone.
No,
is that...
no, rip in pieces.
Also, just one quick another. I hate doing shoutouts, but I'm going to do one more to the half nude guy in the contract in Hitman 3 that's dancing by the, like, he's a cool NPC that served Shacknews well this year. Yeah, half naked guy.
He partied hard, bro.
He was into it, and we demolished his soul. So
nice. Are there any others that I would shout out? I kind of like Adam in Metroid Dread.
That's an interesting nomination, but I feel you.
Very interesting nomination, actually.
But I like Adam too. I like that he's just a robot and kind of he's just like, look, you're fucking weak as fuck, bro.
He's a jerk. He talks.
You got to get swole. Like,
he's
Samus,
he's a jerk for a very specific reason. I think you'll like it. Just keep playing.
Yeah. No, I think Adam was worth a nomination. Just the dialogue, and also kind of going back to what I said, like a lot of these NPCs have helped facilitate the narrative. Adam definitely does a lot of that in Dread.
Adam's interesting because like he skirts that line, or rather walks the line between being very like cold and straightforward, like, hey, no disrespect, but here's how it is, but also being like pretty weak though. I mean, you could try that if you want, I guess, but like, yeah, it's a
Like,
fine balance there.
It's something early on where he's like, your chances of success are like next to nothing.
Yeah, next to nothing.
So go for it, I guess. Or something
Like you could just see Samus like, okay, I see.
Yeah,
All right,
it's like-
I've got some work to do.
Is that something that always was in the game?
Hmm?
He was a newer character.
Yeah.
I think he became a robot in the last game.
Fusion.
He's
right?
in Fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fusion.
Fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think he did. I think Adam. It was a good way to guide you without just being like it was written well. Like he's definitely there to be like, here's where you're supposed to go next.
You know who Adam is? Adam is the parent who's like, Dad, I got to be like, oh, well, you could have studied harder, got an A, but you
Yep.
know, good job.
It's the disappointed immigrant parent of NPCs. That you nailed it. It's like, well, you got an A, not an A plus.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
That's Adam. Yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
I just wanted to shout out Adam. I think he's a funny character. That's about it. I don't think I want to dwell too much in this category. Anyone else have anything they want to throw in? Chris, do you have any NPCs that stuck out to you this year?
Not beyond what's already been nominated.
Okay, cool. Let's start with you for voting then.
I'm gonna go with Dr. Carlos Hakim from It Takes Two.
Hell yeah. It's so good. I'm gonna wait. But that was clearly my nomination. Blake.
I'm gonna stick with the Morts for now.
Okay.
I like the Morts. I'm gonna give him some love.
Are you sticking with Brewster, Bill?
Yep.
Okay. And you're gonna stick with Alexis, who spells his name really weird, by the way, TJ. Aleksis. That just makes me hate him even more.
Oh,
Yep.
that's not how it is. Yeah. Damn.
Just wait until you see his screen name in chats.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I haven't
yeah.
made it that far. That's a game I'm gonna be spending some time with this weekend. Greg.
Yeah, Alexis Dorsey.
You know, I mean, I do like the Morts. I really do like the Morts in Ratchet and Clank, but like an NPC should either help guide you or motivate you. And TJ made a lot of good points of how well he motivates you to want to kill him. That's a really good way to motivate somebody to kill him. So I'm gonna vote for Alexis.
Again.
Yeah, I've got to stick with Steph Gingrich, and it's not particularly close for me. I think she's one of the best characters in games this year.
I wish more people played Halo. Danny.
Man, you guys made some good arguments this time around.
Let's talk about some great characters here. All these nominees.
Yeah,
very
there's
solid.
great characters.
Good year for NPCs.
Pigeon milk is disturbing me still.
Yeah.
I'll mix it into your coffee, Blake. You'll
Please
love
don't. Please.
You'll
I'll
love
call
it.
HR. I will call her HR if you do.
It has. We don't have HR. It has
know.
more calcium than the oat milk that all the hippies in California drink.
That's true.
Does
Nutritious and
Brewster
delicious.
Does Brewster just stare at you while you drink it?
Mm-hmm.
Dead-eyed.
Actually, he
raises his eyebrows and stuff. And makes really awkward contact with
he
you while you drink
stares
it.
at you until you drink your damn coffee. He just watches,
I don't like it.
and you can tell that, like with every passing moment, he's getting more offended that you're not drinking your damn coffee.
Literally gives you the option to drink your coffee later, and then you can't do anything. You
can't.
just have to sit there until you eventually decide to drink your coffee. Like,
Yeah, later means the next dialogue prompt. Like, are you ready now? Like, no. How about now? Like,
so
But Denny,
vote
did you
Brewster.
vote?
He's a hard ass.
Oh well, I'm gonna throw Donovan a bone because I think that he's right. It definitely was key to that experience. So I'm gonna go with Life is Strange.
Steph Gingrich.
Yeah.
Okay, David, are you going with Brewster?
I would, but I also played a lot of It Takes Two and the Book of Love. Amy and I fucking hate that guy. Like, love to hate that guy.
Yeah, it's a love-hate thing. You're
It
like,
is.
the first time he comes on screen, you're like, wait, What?
The Book of Love. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to give the Book of Love my vote.
Nice. I think everyone's voted. I got Ozzy's vote in. Sam voted for the weapon.
Weapon sounds really cool, but I haven't played it yet. I've played a lot of Animal Crossing, and It Takes Two. So
I'm going to make a stronger case for the weapon when it comes to voice actor. A lot of the time when we discuss the voice actor of the year, I like to talk about just the sheer amount of words spoken by the actor or actress. You know, when we gave the award to Tommy from Death Stranding, you know, Hardman was like Hardman, not Heartman, because that game's stupid. He had a lot of dialogue in that game.
Yeah.
And I think the weapon is shaping up to have a lot of dialogue in Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna vote for the Book of Love. Just the most ridiculous thing I saw all year. And I'm happy that we actually got a winner here. It was very close. 2 votes
Yeah.
for Dorsey, 2 votes for Gingrich. You know, the Morts got some votes. Or a vote. Zer got nominated. It was a wild year for NPCs here at Shacknews. But wait, what's the doctor's name, Chris? Can you hit me with it again?
It's Dr. Carlos Hakim.
Dr. Carlos Hakim, aka the Book of Love. The NPC of the year 2021 at Shacknews.
This is the story of a magical king. One of wizards and warriors. It's an epic tale set upon the high seas. An odyssey through time and space. Pew, 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 pew.